by Geek Russ. Hi, my name is Anna.
And I'm Peyton.
And today, what are we doing today? I don't know what to do today.
Today, we are back with another comeback reaction that we are super excited for. And we will be watching 17's new music video, Home Run.
Space.
The space is important.
I mean, it might be difficult to tell from this YouTube channel because we don't have a lot of videos on them, but we really, really love 17. 17 is my top K-pop group right now, and 17 is Peyton's, like, second or third. It's in the top 3. So we love them. We're huge carrots. We are awake at 5 a.m. for the release of this music video, and obviously we've watched all the teasers and everything, and since people might not know because we don't have a lot of videos on them, bias is
Hoshi.
Wonu. Let's go!
Is that the car from...
Left and right, you can hear left and right playing in the background, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh, the diamond.
It's like, we were talking about this, even from just the teaser, it has that like, old-time feeling.
Like, we were saying, like, Showtime, Broadway feel. Okay, I don't dance, but even the way they're dancing to me feels like Broadway Showtime.
It is! It's
okay, cool. Oh. I don't know, this is making me think of Catch Me If You Can. But like many people.
Oh my gosh. It's like every old heist movie.
Right? Yeah.
Being channeled.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the future of K-pop.
I know. I'm not ready. Oh. Oh. Oh, the harmony was cool in the background.
Oh my gosh.
He's singing. Peyton.
Oh my gosh.
They have him singing.
And it sounds so good.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I love Yoon Jong-won.
We know.
Oh, hello!
Oh. 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 Hello. Everything in the background.
I love that.
That pitch in the background.
Anna, they're dancing. It's oh my gosh.
Wait, it's the left and right background wall too.
Wow.
Wait, the beat was the so cool. Oh, credits.
Oh, yes.
They give credit where credit is due. Come on.
I love you, so I will overlook how you just did that baseball swing. Okay, so there is so much to say about this music video and this song and this dance, so we're not gonna be able to include everything. So we're just gonna try to get as much as we can out. So first of all, we said this during the reaction, but like I'm just gonna come back to it a lot. It really feels like a musical. Also, it's just so period appropriate because it's very like theatrical jazz, like Broadway, and that whole style of dancing was invented in like the 1940s, or like that's like when it's like considered invented. And then it like feels like that in the music video when they're like on the train and stuff. Like it's just so period appropriate in the way they're dressed. Wow. In terms of the dance, obviously I couldn't see everything, but even then, so many things to say. It just really felt like they were telling the story the way that you would in a musical. Like that felt like the way the dance had been constructed, at least from the music video. Like it starts with the small group numbers, like they're introducing the characters, because it started with like Mingyu, DK, Wonu, and then Jun and Hoshi and Dino come in. But it was so cool because at the end of Jun, Hoshi, and Dino's trio, where like those characters have been introduced, everyone else emerges from the black, and that's something that like happens in a musical when everyone like comes in and they're all doing this shoulder thing, and I was like, wow. Also, from what I could see of the choruses in the music video, I felt like you could take the dance, put it on a Broadway stage, and no one would ever know that it came from a K-pop dance. The choreography's that good, the technical level's that good. My last comment where it's like musical related, I love how it built from like small, like, oh, the exposition of the story into the final chorus, like finale moment basically, because the last chorus choreography, you can see there's like so many different groups happening. There's like the 8 and someone else on the floor doing floor work, and then there's the semicircle around the back jumping and stuff, and then there's like the main characters in the middle, or it would be the main characters in a musical, and it just felt so fun, and I was like, I love this. Like, they've outdone themselves again. But then a couple of other things. So it's called Home Run, and so I was looking for like baseball related things. One of the things that actually stuck out to me was the movement that they do in the chorus when they're going home run and then they like push, and obviously that's not like an actual like umpire call, but for some reason the way they were doing it and the way their arms were moving, it felt almost like you were calling someone safe, which is so weird because this is the gesture for safe. But it felt like when a lot of times in dance, people will take like what normal people do and then make like the dance version of it. And that's what it felt like. And I was like, I don't know if that's what it is, but that's what it feels like. And it's so cool. And then also there were some like callbacks to the left and right dancing as well. Like a lot of this stuff in the chorus, which is from the left and right dance. And they were like using the same scenes. And then just from a music video perspective, like they all looked amazing. The music video scenes were amazing, and I loved how they used like the dance and their bodies as transitions between scenes. And I'm out of time, so that's all I can say. But I loved it. Anna's turn.
I don't know where to start. So before I start like my music comments, I'm just gonna say Peyton and I always get nervous before every 17 comeback because we have been impressed and loved every single 17 comeback, as critical as we and unbiased as we try to be. So like every single time we get one, we're like, is this gonna be the one? But it never is the one. And this one was not the one, clearly. So just a few things in the music, like obviously everything about the song is constructed to fit the concept and the vibe. We were saying like Showtime, musical, it's very time period-esque. One thing is the use of horns throughout this whole thing and brass. It just gives the big band feel. The snap clap sounds in the beginning and then like they come in again throughout the rest of the song. I know that it's counting on like every other beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4. When it's played in that manner, along with the rest of the instruments, it gives that feeling. That is very similar for like songs of this period on Broadway when I think of it, where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, like you just want to move your shoulders like that, right? But just to talk about their vocals for a little bit, I'm not going to talk specifically about like, oh, they're amazing singers, because like we all know that, that's great. But they have so many background harmonies in this. It's probably because I'm going into this thinking like, oh, Broadway, musical, Showtime. But the background harmonies this time for this song specifically, it felt a lot like the background ensemble choir, like singing along. And some like specific moments highlighted are just like the doubling in Vernon's rap part, Mingyu's first line. It's so many layered harmonies. Like that's a full... It's beautiful. And also like the way that his line descends with it and the rhythm of it's beautiful. But the one that I wanted to talk about specifically was Chang'an's line in the second verse. And I kind of touched on it in the reaction too, because the first half of his line is like a normal lower harmony. Because usually when you build harmonies, like the simplest way to go is just building the third up, major third, and perfect fifth above. So the harmony for the first half of his line was the fifth above, but an octave lower. So it sounded like typical, right? But then the second half of his line, the harmony is a minor third above. And it's crunchy and makes you feel like ooh, and it's beautiful and wonderful. The last thing that I wanted to say, what I thought was really interesting, is the way that they pronounce home run, because the way that they say run isn't run, they say like run, Like, they use more of the Korean R sounds. I don't think it's because they can't pronounce it as run. I do think that it's a distinct choice because, like, the flipped R flows better, but also it's something that you see more in, like, more classical Broadway style singing when you're using that kind of diction and those kinds of consonants. Like, instead of home run, it's home run. So I just thought that was really interesting when I noticed it. And I'm sorry, I'm over time.
So cool.
I'm gonna stop now. So this was great, and clearly we did not get to say nearly, like, not even a quarter of everything that we have to say about this video. And we're gonna have even more to say once we actually get to analyze it all. But Peyton, TLDR?
TLDR, 17 is back with their special album, Semicolon, and their title track, Home Run. The space is important. I think it's safe to say that they didn't just score a home run, they scored the full grand slam. And that's a baseball analogy. In case you don't know, please go look it up. Okay, so it basically means all the bases were loaded, and instead of just getting 1 point with the home run, you get 4.
Oh!
So it's like a grand slam. Because this was amazing, Anna and I are in love once again with another 17 comeback, and we're so happy, so we're gonna stop this video so we can listen to it more.
Alright, so that being said, if you enjoyed this reaction video, also love 17, and literally this comeback, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell,
Ding!
and